Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be previewing the Chicago Blackhawks 2021-22 season. So Chicago, they took some bad contracts, they signed some bad contracts, and now they think that they're a playoff team. Well, do I agree with them? I don't know, man. But let's just get into this, and then at the end I'll share where I think they'll go. I don't even know where I think they'll go. I just think of it at the end. But let's just go over this. Last 3 seasons, first thing I'm going to go over. In 2018-19, they went 36, 34, and 12. They finished 6th out of 7th in the Atlantic Division. No, what am I saying? In the Central Division. And they did not make the playoffs. In 2019-20, Chicago went 32, 30, and 8. They finished 7th out of 7 in the Central Division. Yet they still made the qualifying round. They beat Edmonton, and then they got eliminated in the first round of that qualifying round last year. And then this past season, they went 24, 25, and 7. They finished 6th out of 8th in the Central Division. And they did not make the playoffs. And they were close enough throughout the season that they believed in themselves, and they believed they could make the playoffs, which led them to make the moves that I believe that they made this offseason. So last season's statistics. Goals. They went 2.84 goals per game, which was 16th in the league. And goals against, they were 3.29, which is 24th in the league. So goals against, I could see that coming up with the additions of Jones, although they did overpay him. He's still a good defenseman. And the addition of Fleury as well, a Vezina winning goalie. He's old, but if he can have a season like he just did, then that's great for Chicago. And goals for, I could also see that coming up as well. You got Kirby Dach, who's young, and he's going to be playing on the depth charts on the first line, which I believe would definitely up his numbers and up the team's. Power play percentage. So the power play last season was 21.7%, which was 11th in the league, and their penalty kill was 76.8%, which was 28th in the league. So they have to get that. Their power play is good. That penalty kill, they have to get that figured out. 76.8 is just not good enough. So their projected lines. Let's see what they got. Like I said, their first line, they got DeBrincat, Dach, and Patrick Kane. I think this is a good first line. DeBrincat and Kane have good chemistry. And now you're throwing in another young forward in Kirby Dach, who is hoping to have that breakthrough season coming up. On the second line, you got Kubalik, who I think is who's a good player. Jonathan Toews, who was injured last season, but if he can come back and put up numbers even like he did before he left, then that's perfect, even near that. And then they took on that bad contract of Tyler Johnson's. And Johnson, I think he'll bounce back to an extent. He's not going to be worth that contract, but I think he'll bounce back to an extent for sure. This line has the ability to be a good second line. It's a gamble, but it definitely is possible. Has a possibility of being a good second line. On the third line, you got Dylan Strome, Borgstrom, and Nylander. Now, Borgstrom and Nylander, I believe they were both 2016 first-round picks, and Strome was a 2015 first-round pick. Strome, he has to bounce back for sure. He had a rough year by his standards last year. I think he'll bounce back. And then Borgstrom and Nylander, Borgstrom played in the Liga. He put up solid numbers. I don't know what to expect from him. And then Nylander was hurt last year. I don't know what to expect from him. And then on the fourth line, you've got Hagel, Adam Gaudette, and Carpenter. This is a good fourth line. Yeah, it's the fourth line. So the thing is, their offense, it looks fine, depending. You need Toews to come back better. You need Johnson to bounce back. Hopefully Strome has a bounce back. And then Nylander and Borgstrom fit in well, hopefully, if they can. Nylander can come back from injury and all that. On the defensive side, I don't love their defense that much, actually. So your first pairing defense, you got DeHaan and Seth Jones. I don't know much about DeHaan, but I do know that they overpaid Seth Jones. I don't care if he has a great season this season. That contract's just not going to look good. Seth Jones, Yeah, he definitely could be a good first pairing defenseman. He needs a bounce back year though. And then you got McCabe and Connor Murphy on the second pairing. I like Murphy. I don't hate this second pairing. And then on the third pairing, you got Stillman and Mitchell, who are both young. So this defense, if I had to pick whether it was on the upper half or lower half of the league, I might say lower half. But we'll see how they do this season, especially with Jones being added. I didn't like that trade for Chicago, and I didn't like the signing for Chicago. And then on goaltending, you've got Fleury and Lankinen. This is one of the best tandems in the entire NHL, in my opinion. Fleury, the former Vezina winning goalie, and Lankinen, who had a hot start, slowed down, but finished with a 9-10 save percentage over 37 games. Which I think that these are, like, Fleury and Lankinen, great tandem. Like, let me just read out their stats again. Fleury, 928 save percentage in 36 games. He's 36 years old. Lankinen, 910 save percentage, 37 games, and he's 26. I see this being a more 1A, 1B situation, for sure. But yeah, good goalie tandem. And I didn't write the scratches. I didn't even write the scratches on this one. I just forgot. I'll be right back. I'm going to get those quickly. Alright, recording Jonah back here. Just moving my phone back to where it was. Update. No notable scratches, so I don't care enough to say them. But this team, Chicago, I don't think that they will be a playoff team, sadly. Maybe they will. It's just the Central's full of so many fringe teams. They could make it, maybe they won't. But let me see. So I think Colorado and Winnipeg will be the top teams in the division. And then who else? You got Nashville. I think Chicago will beat them. You've got Minnesota. Depends on they get Kaprizov. Not looking good. But I'm going to say Minnesota finishes behind them. And then you got... Let's see. I'm going to say they finish... fifth. I'm going to say they finish fifth in the Central and make the playoffs. Fifth in the Central. That's my guess. Behind Dallas, behind all those guys, they finish fifth. Well, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.